Register. Hey everybody, it's your Patsy, and I'm going to be doing uh, just a little energy check today on our divine masculine. Let me get all plugged in now. I hope you're doing well. So, how's this Mercury retrograde along with the Pisces new moon treating everybody? Quite interestingly, I'm sure, as has quite interesting, I'm sure, as this whole journey has been, huh? So some of us may have had a lot of downloads, a lot of information. Some of us may have spoken. Hey, boo. Hi, Victoria. It's okay so far. I'm feeling a little lazy. Yeah, yeah. Feeling a little lazy, a little tired. A lot of confusion, and depends on what your situation is. Some of us are feeling like we need to stand up for ourselves, protect ourselves. Some things may be coming out that we weren't expecting. Hmm. I was just shuffling, just fell out safe passage. So I'm not ready to do the reading yet. I was just, you know, playing with the cards like I usually do. But safe passage. I think this is saying that whatever is happening, it'll be fine. You're going to get through this retrograde without being too damaged. Okay, so let's put that. I need to do more for yourself. Yeah, yes, you do. You need to, all of us do. Take a little time, get some relaxation, you know? We need to get some relaxation, take care of ourselves, give ourselves some goddess days, some God days. Do the right thing for yourself. You know, nothing ever wrong with some self love, self. Um, give some attention to yourself. You've been giving too much attention to other people. I'm certain of it. And sometimes people who don't appreciate your kindness, right? So, where you from, Victoria? Thank you for giving me a thumbs up too. I appreciate it. You have super chat live stream etiquette. Um, yeah. So what I was gonna do, I was just feeling like maybe the divine feminine or anybody who is so concerned might want to let's see if we can get a little peek and see what's going on with your divine masculine or around this relationship. Those people who are interested. So what I'm doing is going to get some cards from this new deck that I used last month or earlier. Well, it's already March, so it would have been in the end of February. Googling around the self cleanse, spiritual cleanse, I feel like a lot of. Okay, so um, well, if you have any Epsom salt, oh, you're Guyanese. Okay, so you know what Florida water is, right? You can get it at the bodega or dollar store or anyway. Hey, Chatter, how are you? Okay. So, thanks for joining me, Chatter. Could you do me a favor and give us a thumbs up so that you'll know, other people will know, just like Victoria was sweet enough to do, so that other people will know that I'm up and doing this. So, Victoria, um, you know what Florida water is, I'm sure then. So, you can get Epsom salts at the store. How do you do that? Just hit the thumbs up, like the video, like you do at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Yeah, just like the video at the bottom of your screen. I don't know if you're casting, but if whatever you're using, just thumbs it up. And then you can subscribe to the channel at the same time if you're not subscribed already. Hit the notification button, and then you'll know whenever I'm doing these live readings. Okay, so you can get some Epsom salt, some Florida water, and you could just have a regular bath with that. You could put bubbles in it if you like. um, and relax. Light some candles, get some sage. Hey, Phyllis, how are you doing? Um, get some sage, put on some music, something that relaxes you, fills your soul. It could be gospel, it could be R&B, it could be whatever you like. And light a candle. If you can, in the bathroom, light several little tea lights. But if not, one large white candle. All right. On the top of the candle, put a Star David on it with your initials around. So you put B, whatever your last name is, your two initials on four places. So north, south, east, west. And thank you, Victoria. And light the candle. Make sure you rinse the candle off first. And just think about it. Set your intentions. What is it would you that you like? You want to clear your energy from negativity and burn, like I said, burn sage. Open up the windows. If you want to clean your house, you can get some ammonia. Put it in a bucket of water, like a cup of white, ammonia, clear ammonia, if you have it. And you sweep your house from the back to the front, out the front door. Don't throw the trash out in your home. If you live in a house, if you're in an apartment, okay, but get it to the trash. Don't let it sit in your home after you've done that. Then you get a bucket of water with the ammonia, um, and you do the same thing from the back door to the front door. In the water, you take it and you throw it away from your house. So not outside on your porch, not outside on your lawn. Take it to the corner of the street, to the gutter. Let it go down. Cold water. And like I said, after that, you sage the house, and while you're saging or afterwards, just relax yourself. Nice cup of hot tea, make the bath, stay in there at least 21 minutes, doing your prayers, affirmations, and just soothing yourself and thinking about yourself and protecting yourself. And when you get out, use a white towel when you step out, and don't dry off too much, but enough that you can, go to your room and whatever. Put on uh, white pajamas if you have them, or as close to a white as you can, and white sheets if you have them. If not, it doesn't matter, but just go to bed, relax. All right. And just know that you're protected. Just make sure that you say your prayers, and anybody that's sending any negativity to you, you just send it right back to them. You're not doing nothing, you're just giving it back to them. Thank you very much. I can't use it. Okay. All right. So let's get started with these. So this is the path of the divine, of the sacred masculine, tools and cards and contemplation tools. And these are by Karen Keister and Keith Johnson. So what does lime with salt on the side do it? Well, besides make a really good tequila shot, you can use your welcome. Well, I know that people use lemons and basils to clear negativity. Like you could put a plate, cut a lemon in half. I guess you could do it with a lime too. I'm not sure of that, but I know I was told that you could do the lemon, cut it in half, and put it underneath the bed. You're so welcome, Victoria. Put it underneath the bed where you're sleeping, and it'll absorb any negativity, like if you have any bad dreams or things like that coming. Um, and you could put lemon around your home in the corners, the living room, and other places, and that'll absorb it. And then when you go to do your cleaning once a week or whatever, until they turn dark or black, then you throw them out. Other things that you could do is a bowl of lemons, like a decoration for your dining table. Keep fresh lemons on your table. And I know that that absorbs negativity. But with the lime, I think you're supposed to put basil on it. It could be salt too. I'm not sure. Right. But All of that is supposed to absorb negative vibrations in your home, but you can always burn a white candle for clarity. You can burn a blue candle for health and protection. On a Monday, you can burn a red candle to Archangel Michael or to Alegba for protection and opening paths. And just burn incense in your home. You play if you're going to play music, play positive music. You know, don't look at too much negativity if you're watching television. Be careful what it is that you allow into your space. I guess somebody needed to hear that. Be careful what you watch on TV or what you fall asleep watching. You know, if you're going to keep the TV on and fall asleep, try to put it on a channel that's not going to be, showing slasher movies while you're sleeping. Oh, you're welcome, Chatter. Okay, so thank you everybody for being here and giving me a thumbs up. So anyway, the energies from this deck that I got, these are all traits of masculine energy. All right. The card that came first here was divine. So this talks about someone who is looking for balance, someone who has an open heart. All right. And they are divine. They like beauty. And the next card we have here is gnome. So this is someone again who likes nice things around them. They like to plant things, see things grow. All right. They are very good with their hands. They're very good with their hands. Could be an Aquarius because it could be an Aquarius or it could be any water sign because both the gnome card and the divine card have this little water symbol in the corner. So maybe your divine masculine is a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces, or an Aquarius, or at least have a lot those signs in his chart, heavily in his Jupiter or his Venus or his moon. So someone who likes beauty, someone who has an open heart, or is willing, who would like to open his heart and offer it to someone who has a sense of the power of the creator and of the universe. So he's familiar with that type of energy. So being on a twin flame journey itself may be difficult or different for him. He may not be familiar with it, but this is a person who believes in a supreme being, a higher power, someone outside of themselves, someone who is a hard worker and he's focused. Yes, here we are. Now, I've been sitting in this chair, excuse me, for 3 hours and not sneezed once, and now I start sneezing. Chatter. Oh, okay. So, Chatter, you're familiar with this. Okay. So we have mental, which is again another water symbol. So, someone who's a thinker, someone who may be a writer, all right, someone who likes to read, someone who you may find to be quite mm, cerebral, smart person, smart guy. He doesn't have to have degrees and things like that, but you enjoy the way he thinks. He thinks maybe a little outside of the box, and he thinks about things that have to do with spirituality. And then we have a craftsman. So, again, someone that may work with their hands, may work with the earth, okay? Or he could be an artist or a writer. That could be the mental and the craftsman. So maybe he likes to write books or poetry. Um, could be song. But this is someone who has a belief in a supreme being, someone who works very hard at his craft. He enjoys his work. He's pretty smart, maybe even brilliant. Okay, so If that's your divine masculine or describes him, then this may be your reading. So, did the first part, I did the regular Rider-Waite deck, and then I added a after tarot card with each of them. And let's see how that read come, what's the story here. And then we'll take a couple of these Twin Flame by Mystic Moon cards and see if we can get any clarification on this here story. So, first card here, Ace of Wands in the reverse. So, and that is clarified by the Death card in the After Tarot. So, something was not allowed to get off the ground. Something that had the potential for a great passion and transformation is either been delayed or totally abandoned. Plans have changed. So, for some of you, you may have had a change of mind about this relationship, but since we're reading the divine masculine, there may be a situation where your divine masculine, and he could be a she also. But I'm gonna say he just to keep, myself. Please don't take any offense. The divine masculine energy that may have wanted a new beginning, those plans may have been changed. Change of plans. And this change may be very hurtful to someone who's been waiting for him a while. Could be someone with a kid with him. You may have a child with him. But someone is not putting on their thinking cap. They're not thinking. Okay. Someone is taking advantage of them, putting false thoughts in their heads in their sleep, I'm getting, which may be causing them to renege on an agreement that they had or a plan that they had to go forth. Next card here was the King of Pentacles. So this is someone who is reliable, steady, father figure, provider, could be a Taurus energy, but not necessarily, but some earth sign perhaps. And that's covered by the Hierophant from the After Tarot. So, dealing with someone who's, good provider, a little stubborn maybe, a little preoccupied with his money. Someone who believes, like an old-fashioned person. He goes by the book. This is somebody who, he's not a chance taker. He's not a chance taker per se. He goes by the book. He wants to be respected. He's little, like I said, old-fashioned, judgmental, stubborn. The next card we had here was Five of Coins in the reverse. So maybe he was feeling like an outsider. Maybe he felt like he didn't fit in. Oh no, not right now. Not right now. Yeah, maybe, or he made someone else feel. Could have put somebody out. And the next card that came here from the After Tarot is Justice. So, this could have something to do with a marriage. Or it could be a job. Maybe he lost his job. Maybe he was fired. Maybe he lost his job and was fired. Or maybe he lost his home or left his home or put someone out. Or maybe you put him out. But whatever it is, there's justice and that person there's a king on his knees. So this is, and this other guy person here is a pauper. So this is saying that there is no respect the person. Justice is doesn't care how much you have or how much you don't have. Doesn't matter. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And even little white lies, you will be held accountable for even little white lies. And justice is a double-edged sword, and it can affect people on both sides of the truth. Yeah, that's what I got just now. Both sides of the truth. So you have a story, they have a story. And this is about someone making a decision to leave, making a decision not to leave someplace, not to leave. Making a decision not to leave or to stop feeling out of place, stop feeling left out, stop being left out, or stop giving someone cold shoulder. All right, next we have the Page of Pentacles, and that is the Eight of Wands. So this is, somebody might be trying to get in touch with him or you, but him, someone is trying to reach him. Could be a friend, but there's some messages that's coming very quickly. Someone's been trying to reach him, and it may have something to do with an offer for money or a new job. So if he lost his job, someone, maybe a friend of his, has recommended him for another position, and the messages are coming quickly. And he needs to check his machine or check his, text or answer the damn phone because he needs to take action on this real soon. If it has to do with his love life, he could be planning on offering some stability, something to someone, or he may not be receiving the messages that are being offered to him by someone else. Could be an earth sign. So you or someone else could be offering him messages, positive, friendly messages or offers, and he may not be paying attention, but the cards are saying he needs to because it's going to be in his best interest. Oh, let me say, at the bottom of each of these decks was the Two of Wands and the Page of Wands. So someone is making a decision to move on. Hey, Vicky. Hi. How are you? Good to see you. Someone is deciding to walk away. They're looking at their options about whether or not they're going to leave someone or some place to pursue their passions. So they could be leaving home, or they could be leaving another relationship to walk towards a passion, or it could be a new job. Maybe they have to leave home and go and travel for this new job offer if they lost their job. Hey, Joan, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Bye. So we got that. And next, sorry about that. I just got distracted. I remember I didn't do that. We have the Hermit. So yeah, someone who is looking, trying to find a path, all right, trying to find the answer, So seeking employment, and he is going to get his wish fulfilled, but could be over celebrating or overindulging, or maybe the reason that he lost his job and had to go look for a job is because he was doing too much partying or drinking or drugging, and he got just too like slack. What is that? That's like, took things for granted, wasn't paying attention, and people were watching, and he may have been overindulging. If that's not the case, and he gets an offer for a new job, whether he lost one or not, he needs to be careful not to be doing too much drinking. And so both of these cards are nines. So we know nines are messages from your ancestors, your Egun, and you got two nines on top of each other. And 9 and 9 is 18, and that adds up to 9 too. Okay, so this is a warning. If you're going to be going out drinking, trying to find, don't go home, don't drive. Call a friend, get a designated driver, use Uber, because you're trying to find your way home and you can't because you're drunk. For some of you, I mean, you're a Sag. He's a Sagittarius, or they're a Sagittarius, and you're a Capricorn. Okay. This is for anybody. It's just about the does the storyline or do these situations resonate? Thanks, Victoria. You are doing a lovely job. Then, yes, yeah. We got the Chariot and the Fool. Yeah. So he may have gone out or is going out somewhere or has plans on going somewhere to celebrate, maybe even to come to you, but he needs to be careful. If he's planning on going out drinking, anything like that, he needs to get a designated driver. All right. So if he comes towards you and you all are having drinks, regardless of what the situation is, friends don't let drunk friends drive drunk, even if they're assholes. So don't let him get into driving. If he's been drinking, please. Thank you so much, Linda. Yeah, I'm still just doing the beginning of the reading. We just started at 3:30, and when I'm done, if you want to have a reading, I'll pull cards for you. If you just put something on the super chat, okay? You think your partner may be texting other women, perhaps. All right. If you want me to take a look at that, we can. I just, Okay, Linda. I thought I lost you there. All right. So, okay. Well, this may answer someone's question. There may be some communication with someone that he works with, someone at work. Yeah. Or he may have normally worked by himself, worked alone, and he recently got a partner, someone that was sent to help him, assistant, partner on the post, wherever he is, whatever. And they communicate a lot. But this person isn't really as helpful. And so he's still doing the brunt of the work. Or maybe that's why he's leaving the job. Or maybe he has a female boss that's not too nice and it's hard to work with. and he needs some help. He's been working somewhere a long time by himself, maybe, and maybe the people that he works around, or his employer or his boss, very sharp-tongued, said some very hurtful things. But he spends a lot of time at work because he's trying to amass money. Maybe this person is demanding. And maybe he lost his job and he may be afraid that he has to go and look for another job, or he doesn't know what he's going to say to whoever it is that he has to answer to about these things. And maybe he'll end up going out drinking instead of finding his way home, because he doesn't want to deal with the Queen of Swords. So we have the Emperor. It could be an Aries or a Taurus or any fire sign. Someone, again, who is stubborn, but he's in the reverse. And we get Judgment with that. So perhaps someone ended up having bad judgment and ended up getting in trouble for drinking and driving. So now they're kind of a little ashamed of themselves. Whatever it is they were trying to hide came out. Anything that they were trying to hide was exposed. Could have something to do with work. It could have something to do with drinking. And so now they've been taken down a couple of pegs. Could have even spent the night in jail, because you have the Justice card and the Hierophant card here and the Death card. So, yeah. So someone didn't use the best judgment. And the next card we have here is the Star card. So this is someone who's getting some healing, someone who is getting a chance, a second chance, a new beginning. And with that, we have the Page of Pentacles. So this could be someone offering him a job, offering him a second chance so he could start anew. Maybe he learned his lesson. He could maybe have gone to rehabilitation. Okay. Could have gone to rehab. And so he's feeling better about himself, starting to feel a little more less pressured, a little more generous. Back to his old self a little. So it was like a lesson learned. So maybe he works too much. He works too much, perhaps. And maybe he had plans on going and doing something that got interrupted. And that led to him overindulging. Could have been with some people from work. Lots of talking. So maybe some loud folks that he works with. And instead of using his better judgment, he went ahead and okay. Back here, when I was talking about someone putting bad advice in his head, over here with the Death card, that's where that was. And I'm thinking here that someone thought that they got a victory, but actually they stepped right into the trap that was being set for them. So whoever he's around may have been giving him some bad advice, inviting him out when he gets off of work. That could be what these messages are. Friends trying to reach you. People that you work with, or when you get out of work, come and hang out. Just go have some drinks. He decides that's a good idea. And he ends up getting into an accident while he's driving or being pulled over, getting into some trouble. And maybe you or somebody else wasn't too happy with him. And he could have even gotten suspended from work. Yeah, he could have lost his job because of that, like I said before. But he has the opportunity. Someone is offering him the opportunity to start over again. It could be a judge because he's been sorry. Okay, maybe he's been a little reticent of his behavior with someone else. This was a trap that was set for him, and he went for it. So maybe, yeah, he thought he was leaving. For some of you, maybe he might have been leaving the relationship. It could be not. It doesn't have to be a job. This could be a relationship. It should be, right. It's a love reading. What you doing, Patsy? But that's the way it came to me, that it had something to do with work. So it could be maybe he was leaving for someone that he worked with, starting a relationship with someone he worked with, and maybe he got into a car accident and the person was in the car with him, and so everything got revealed. And so what he thought he was getting away with, he ended up getting trapped by. Okay, for somebody, that's a message that makes sense, even if it don't make sense to us, but it makes sense to me. I understand. So let's see what's happening here. We have these oracle cards by Mystic Moon. Mystic Moon is another YouTube reader, and she has made 4 decks of cards. I think actually she just released another one recently, but I have made the investment in them, and I think I'm going to be using them to see if we can get any other messages from other divine masculines. Mercury retrograde is busy. Okay, so this could have recently happened, or will be happening very soon. So don't be surprised if you hear about it. Okay. All right. So we're going to see. Let's take a look at the Mystic Moon Twin Flame Shadows. Let's see what's happening in the divine masculine's thoughts, or what he's feeling about him, the situation himself. Let's just see what we can get for this. And I will be doing I'll do a reading for each person that, as they donate to the super chat in the order 1111. Okay. What is this? Ooh. So the first card here we have is emptiness. Yeah. Someone is not who they say they are. Someone's not who they say they are. That's what I'm getting. So it could be whoever he thinks that he was leaving you for is not who they say they are. Or it could be saying that the face that he is putting on is a false mask. There's other things. This is someone that may be separating themselves from their true feelings. Someone who is not in touch with their real feelings because they've been silenced. Someone is not saying how they actually feel. They are pushing down their emotions for some reason. Someone is controlling their thoughts. Like I said earlier, someone is being controlled like the zombie. So they're walking around and they're not connecting with anyone. They're being silenced, they're being controlled. The things that they're doing, the actions that they're taking are not their own, but they've allowed themselves to be manipulated, apparently. And the next card we have here is superficial. So these are low vibrational energies around him. Low vibrational energies around the divine masculine. Escapist. Yeah. These are some energies around him that he can't talk about. Okay. But this is what has kept him from being as honest and as invested in this relationship as you would have thought he would have been, that you expected him to be. And it's like something changed about the way he feels about you, about his passion for you. And all of a sudden now he wants to go by the book. He wants to be an honest person and, upstanding, citizen and, push his feelings to the side. But it's not because he's being altruistic and all of that. It's because he's being controlled. And it could be some drugs, drinking involved in this change. And he's not even feeling himself these days. Let me know if this is resonating with your situation, if you care to. Wow. So, not thinking for himself, allowing others to influence him. And he's becoming unstable. Lots. Okay. A lot of instability. Bottom of the deck, cold. So the influences around him are causing him to turn to, other stimulus, not within this relationship with his divine feminine, but with his friends, people around him, low vibrational people around him who are giving him bad advice and coaxing him and enticing him to go out and do things that he should not be doing, that he shouldn't be doing as a man in a relationship, as a masculine in a relationship. So let's see what else we're going to get here from the, let's do the signs from the Spirit Love Oracle. Let's see what Spirit is coming here to share with us. Okay. Thanks, Victoria. Doing a great job. Signs from Spirit Love Oracle. These are also by Mystic Moon. Let's get it. Ooh. Red. Hospitality. Okay, yeah. So he could be going away somewhere, like a hospital, like rehab. Maybe someone is going to have to give him some shelter for a while after this situation happens. Maybe he gets thrown out. Maybe you put him out. But someone is taking him in, maybe. Trying to be nice to him. Could be you. Or maybe this is the divine giving you advice to be nice when he comes through this situation. Orbs of life from the spirit realm. So, the divine feminine is getting clues about this situation. You are knowing, you're aware of what's happening. You've had intuitive clues about this. Your ancestors have been bringing you messages. And what they're telling you to do is to be welcoming of him. Or maybe this is saying that when this happened, you were open to him, you were welcoming and supportive of him because you were following your spiritual guidance. And next card, cloud shapes and guardian angels. Because he's protected and you're protective. You have been paying attention to the messages that you have been getting. You have been following the breadcrumbs. Okay, you've been following the breadcrumbs. You have been paying attention to the messages that you're getting from spirit. Sometimes maybe you see things in the clouds, messages from the formation of clouds and nourishment. So you are feeding your soul with, it's like you're doubling down into your spirituality. You're looking for answers in the sky and orbs. And you're using these messages to strengthen you and give you the ability to handle what's going on with your divine masculine, to be strong and supportive. One more. Let's see. Mm. All right, you got yellow, optimism, success, confidence, peace. Because you are following the direction of your ancestors. You are, hey, Katrilla, how you doing? Yeah, you are following the directions of your ancestors. You're following your spiritual path with confidence and optimism. So basically, one partner, the masculine energy, is having a hard time. And the feminine energy is just praying for him, praying for his protection, praying for him to get the awakening. All right. And she has been petitioning her spirit guides, her ancestors. She's been praying for him. And she is optimistic. She believes in the success. The bottom of the deck. I want to know from the ancestors why this guy I feel spiritual connection with, but I'm scared he is very spiritual. Okay. All right. Phyllis, I'll put you down. Victoria, can you keep a list of the super chat in the order that they donate, or Katrilla, one of you? You know what, Victoria? You keep doing what you're doing. Katrilla, could you do me a favor since you're a monitor too? Just keep a list of the people who are asking for readings. Super chats are 11. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Back with this. 999. So something is coming to an end. Cycle is completed. Profound lessons. So this situation is a lesson for you and for your divine masculine. Definitely for him. Okay? He's going to find out the truth about people around him and the choices that he makes. And you have learned a lot too, or will be learning a lot too. You're going to learn about your power and your ability to protect yourself and your intuition. This also may be saying that even though they're telling you to be nice and nourishing and supportive and, spiritual and all of that, this may be a change in your relationship. This may lead to a change in the relationship, could lead to the end of a relationship, but it could be a completion of a cycle. Maybe he'll learn his lesson. He'll stop going out and getting drunk with his friends. And on the bottom of the deck is completion. Circles. Yeah. Lesson has been learned. You got completion and completion. Lesson learned. By being out in the cold, he learned his lesson. That's interesting. Wow. Very good. And let's see. Oh, good, Katrilla. I'm glad it's on point. All right, let's get one more. Let's see what he has to say for himself. These are the twin flame message cards, right? Again, this is again by Mystic Mode. So let's see what he's got to say. What do you have to say? I'm going to explain yourself. You are a smart person with a good heart, a hard worker. Why are you letting yourself get sidetracked by these low vibrational energies, darling? Your words linger in my mind. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, maybe he did that because he's scared of you. Maybe you got a sharp tongue, and that's what caused him to go out. Because I just asked why you do this. Yeah, he got into some trouble at work or whatever, and he was scared. And he heard the "I told you so's." As soon that's what I heard. Soon as the stuff started, I told you your "I told you" souls were going around in their mind, and he didn't heed the warning. Everybody's laughing. Okay, that's what happened. Your words linger in my mind. Yeah, because you told him about these people. All right, or he just knows that he just was afraid. Either after it happened, that what you were going to say when he got back home, or the next time you spoke to him and he told you this story, or you found out what happened, or while he was in the midst of it, he was like, "Oh, this is not going well, and I'm going to hear it." Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say to the divine feminine, sir? Anything else? This is usually when the buttering up starts, right here. Let's see what you got to say for yourself. Your words linger in my mind. Is that all? All right. I want to be authentic. I'm no longer afraid. Yeah, yeah. So he's going to take off the false mask and stop acting because he's going to stop hanging out with these folks. Could be going to rehab, has given for some of them who that is part of their story. Um, it puts some distance between him and these bad influences. And so he's able to come up out of this, all of this false silenced, controlled, superficial, escapist, unstable, bullshit energy. People just saying whatever the hell they want to, spewing whatever nonsense comes out of their mouths, gossiping, backstabbing, using artificial means in order to make themselves feel better. It could be sex, drugs. Yeah, fake folks. Fake people who are only trying to move up. Could be somebody backstabbed him at the job. Maybe somebody took him out, got him drunk, and came back and told the boss. Or he got into something and somebody reported it to the boss, something that happened off site. But he is saying that he is going to be authentic and also that he is not going to be afraid. He's no longer afraid of the words, your words that are lingering in his mind. He's going to come forth and could just be saying maybe some issues that he had got addressed in rehab and he is no longer afraid of those things. That's excellent. Don't even want to know. Being apart has been life-changing for me. Going to rehab, going to jail, being kicked out, whatever, losing a job. But this time apart, this life-changing event has given him a lot to think about, and it's been life-changing. Okay, all right. I'm glad everybody's with this. Feeling familiar to some people. All right. Let's say. I don't know how to feel anymore. My mind and my heart always come back to you. And the bottom of the deck was maybe we're just too different. So, sounds like he's sorry. He's had a lot to think about. So this time away from you, either in rehab, being kicked out, or being away looking for a new job, that has given him a lot to think about. And he's not sure about his feelings anymore. Maybe he thinks that he cannot live up to your expectations. Or for some of them, maybe you being spiritual is something that he doesn't think he can live up to your standards. But he's thinking about you. And he doesn't want to be a phony anymore. But he's been thinking about what you've said to him. And he wants to be honest because he misses you. Or being apart has given him a chance to think. But his thoughts keep coming back to you. He really thinks that you're too different. Okay. Let's see. Do we have any response from our divine feminine on that? Okay. Let's see. I didn't really want to do that, but let's see if the divine feminine has anything in response. Signs. So maybe this is you. Another I told you so. Like you told him so, or This could be telling you that this is a red flag for you about him and his world, his friends. Maybe you are thinking about taking a new direction also. Maybe maybe you think that you're too different also because of this situation, and maybe this is a red flag for you. Perhaps because these two cards, surrender and new direction, both fell out, and both of these are female energies, female figures. So maybe you've decided to surrender to your intuition, the red flags that you're getting about this relationship, and take a break or walk away from it towards a new beginning, towards a happy place. Because the surrender that you're giving, wow. Because you've been hurt. Your heart has been hurt. Even though you have a passion for this person, saying that, see that? It looks like fire and smoke coming out from behind her body. So she's got passion, but she also, you, divine feminine, have a yearning for appreciation for the gifts that you've been getting from spirit. And you're open to it. You're open to that divine energy that comes in and through you. And you have faith that if you, this is for the divine feminine, like a peek at your partner type of thing, like what's going on with him. Some people didn't, they haven't heard from him, or they don't know what's going on, and he's being mysterious. So that's what this is, Phyllis. So this could be you deciding to move away, move off in a new direction, because you've seen enough. So that's what you're feeling right now about this. All right. So let's just get one thing, one message, an oracle about what you should do in regards to him. All right, sorry folks. I didn't know I was going to reach for this card. Oh, you just making sure? Okay. It's not a particular sign, a particular zodiac sign. It's a general reading. It's not your reading yet. No. This is the general. I just was doing this for the Divine Masculine. I decided to go live and give people a chance to do what you're doing. Okay? But as soon as I'm done, we'll get your question and get it together for you. Okay? Don't worry, babe. I don't know. If you were in a hurry, I'm sorry if you are. I'll try to do this as quickly as I can because it is long, but I just wanted to do this because, I know it's there's retrograde and things like that. Things are changing, decisions are being made, but just wanted to, I just had just an inkling to do this. Oh, So the divine feminine, the energy that you are embodying, is that of Mary Magdalene, the apostle to the apostle. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I'm fully human and fully divine. So you may have warned homie about these people. That's why he said your words are still going on in my mind. You may have warned him about the situation. He may not have. No. It's not yours, Phyllis. As soon as it is, I'll let you know. You'll know. So Mary Magdalene is the apostle to the apostle, right? And that's funny. I was reading about Mary Magdalene today. So yeah, she was Jesus's most loved apostle. He loved her more and differently than he loved the others. You're welcome, Phyllis. He loved her differently. She was special. Some people think that she was his wife. And she was there on the day that they went to check on him 3 days after the crucifixion, according to the story in the Bible about Jesus's crucifixion and resurrection on the third day. She was there, and she was the one who saw that he wasn't there. She spoke to the angels that told her and asked, what have you done with my master? They were like, he is not here. And she had went back and told the rest of them. So the message of resurrection, the gospel, the good news, was first received by the feminine energy, Mary Magdalene, the one that they talked about, the one that they scorned, the one that they were jealous of her relationship with her divine master. Look at all these. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying this and you're learning things, Phyllis. Yes. She was there. And she enlightened the rest of them at the Pentecost. She was the bringer of the news. And so over time, they've turned her into a whore and all kinds of things. But we know better. And this is part of this awakening. We got 8 and 8 here. We got 8 thumbs up and 8 people here. So this is a confirmation, 8 and 8, right? Definitely. Ashe, thank you. Thank you. Hi. Hi, Renee. Good to meet you. Oh, okay. Ashe. Very nice. Thank you. Ashe. Okay. Yeah. So she is the Holy Grail. Then when they talk about the Holy Grail, they're talking about the cup with Christ's blood. But in some circles, they think the Holy Grail is the child of Mary and Jesus, the female child, the lineage of Mother Mary, right? Which was the human part of Jesus. Okay, let's break this down. And I'm not trying to get religious, but let's just think about the story just for a second, because I don't know how far Spirit's going to take me with this. But what I'm getting, Mary was Jesus's mother. She was human, right? Because the rest of Jesus was divine, right? He's half man and half divinity. So there's no masculine involved in the human part of Jesus. So his lineage would be through the daughter, would be through the female. And that's what they said. And they said that when she left after the crucifixion and all of the, mess, she left the area and went to live in the caves of France, right? And that's where she was able to give birth to her daughter and be safe, right? So the Holy Grail, which is the child of Jesus and Mary, is a female and passes through France, Paris. Now, something about France, they is, very opening and welcoming at some point. Maybe after they killed the Dauphin and Marie Antoinette off with their heads, maybe things changed there. But just be mindful there was a time when the only place in Europe that a slave could be free was in France. Sally Hemings, who was Thomas Jefferson's slave that he had children with, she traveled with him to France several times because he used to go there, study and make speeches and stuff. And she would go with him. Whenever she went to France, she was not a slave. She wasn't. She chose to remain. She had opportunities to let him go and stay in France. So, more than one time. You think that he was in love with Sally Hemings? Could have been. Maybe. Maybe she was in love with him. I don't know. But, that's another. They don't want to tell us that one. No. They don't want us to know all of that. No. No. Mary Magdalene. But at the same time, I was talking about Thomas Jefferson yesterday. Come on. Okay, I said, I was saying that he may have loved her, but he never gave their children freedom. He could have. Those were his sons and daughters. But she remained with him until after he died. She took care of his. Yeah, let's leave it right there, Phyllis, before we get in trouble. But yeah, he could have freed her children and he didn't, even though she wanted him to. But she was free all the time, all that time, even after they came back to the United States. But she chose to remain around his nasty daughters and take care of him and take care of his grave until the day he died. Mary Magdalene is number 1 in this book. So let's just get something real quick and then we can get to Phyllis's question. This is the capacity that we all have to merge the soul and receive, to merge with our souls and to receive our guidance, our divine guidance, because of our capacity to love endlessly. She was the first witness to the resurrection. And for this reason, she is revered in Christianity as the apostle to the apostle. Mary was not only Jesus' beloved companion, but also an equal partner in teaching and transmission. Mary's gospel contains a secret teaching that Christ gave to Mary so that she could pass through the 7 stages to reach the soul, or the nuph, which is the highest point of the soul. And it is this union with her that allows Mary to see the risen Christ, because he appeared to her also. Not only did she go to the cave, the grave, and see that the stone was rolled away and he wasn't there. When he did appear, he appeared to her first. As long as you're enjoying yourself, Phyllis. Phyllis says that she wasn't trying to rush. She's enjoying this. She came into the middle of the session. She got panicked. No, it's good. Okay. So this talks about a fierce, unwavering love that we all have access to, even when we feel that we're being vulnerable. It's a love that renders all things sacred, from the animals to the angels, and from the poorest to those with much power. And we spoke about that with justice. No respect of person. It's a love that sees the inherent worth in all things. And it's a love that remains even through the darkest times, even through death. Because her love is the one that resurrects. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene relates that Jesus came to unite us, to demonstrate to us a true human being, an anthropos, meaning a person who is both human and fully divine. This is what Mary became, and it's why she was so beloved to Jesus. She didn't seek to follow him. She sought instead to become her true self. Mary Magdalene reminds us that we have the power to receive vision from within. I'll show you, we got 9 people, 9 thumbs up. Message from your ancestors, ladies, feminines. We are worthy of such proximity to the divine because that's the other half of what it means to be truly human, I say. She reminds us that there's a bridge between heaven and earth and that we are that bridge. And she wants us to remember that the truest church we can ever enter into is the one of the heart. Because this is where our true power rests and where love never ends. And the soul voice meditation is, where has my love not yet reached? And the intention is, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. Balanced, fertile, loving, wise, trusting, seeking her own relationship, seeking to learn her own truths, going directly to the master and asking and learning for herself and holding that secret and those lessons and those truths in her and delivering that to her children, to her daughter. Whenever you all get the chance, I'm going to say that this movie, Daughters of the Dusk, was profound. I saw it last year, and for the first time, it's an old movie, but it talks about the lineage, the secrets and the powers and the culture that's handed down from mother to daughter or grandmother to daughter or granddaughters, aunts, the females in a family. The importance of that connection, that tradition. So those of you who are matriarchs or like oldest daughters, or you got aunts or mothers, things like that, who, are very spiritual, very intuitive. You may have one, maybe that's a little odd, Other people are like, she's strange. if you can, maybe you need to learn some lessons from that aunt or from that mother or that sister or that person that you and your other family members know are spiritual, is a spiritual person, because that's part of your job to be of service to your family. So you may need to learn the history of your family. Maybe your grandmother, your mom, somebody knows things or has things that they can share. And you may be the one that will pass that down to your daughters or granddaughters. So if you haven't started that, start doing things, start keeping your family Bible up to date. Even if you're not, I don't know, in other traditions, but, or create something that is, this person is born on this day at this time, he weighed this many pounds, or she was a boy, a girl, whatever, this is their mom, this is their dad, and people who pass away. Put this much information into a book. Keep those things. Don't rely on the internet to be here forever. Not that it won't be, but you never know. It's getting a little hectic out here. So doesn't make it's maybe a good idea to just have it in two places. Somewhere on the internet. Hey Kathy. Oh no, Kitty's Craft. Hey, from Australia. Yes, a lot of families put it in the front of the Bible, in the back of their Bibles, but those Bibles are starting to get old. But if you have access to that, get that information, transcribe it somewhere else. Again, we got 9 9s again. So, agreement from spirit. So, whoever's here, this is the message that you were supposed to hear today. Start becoming your family matriarch, or at least giving your family matriarch a hand, keeping all of this information together for your family. Nothing in these cards said that. That's just what I got. So pay attention to that. Okay. Do what you can do to help preserve the information about your people and your family. If you have people who delve into the arts, start sitting and getting that information too, so that you can pass it down to someone else. Maybe none of that. Maybe you got aunts and moms and sisters and stuff that are great cooks, things like that. Start getting those recipes together, putting them in a little book so that you can pass them down. Family tradition. And you never know, there may be a time when we have to go back to these basic recipes. We may not be able to go to the supermarket or afford those things. You got to be able to know how to make a cake from scratch. Not just you, but I'm saying, I mean, you can teach your kids, sons, daughters, whatever, but it's nice to have that recipe around in case times get a little hard. Okay. Mm, I don't know why this came up. Visions and smoke. So some of you are seeing things through the incense when you're burning it, or maybe cigar smoke. You can use that to clean your area too. Someone had asked about that. Okay, let's get Phyllis's question. And anybody else? I'm glad you're enjoying this. Hey, from Australia. So it's tomorrow there already, huh? It's 6:54 p.m. on 3/9/2019 here in New York, USA, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, Phyllis, let's get your question. Did I see it before? Put it up. Anybody else that's interested in want to know if my ancestors is why the guy I feel I want to know from my ancestors, why is this guy, why do you feel spiritual connection to him, but I'm scared he is. Okay, so you're scared of this connection with this person who you see is. It's 9:54. Okay, in Brisbane. Okay. Sunday morning. Good morning. And it's 6:55 p.m. where Phyllis and I are obviously on the East Coast. So you want to know if the ancestors are approving of this connection with this person. Yeah, Virginia, East Coast, Virginia. Yeah. If they and Kitty's giving you hugs across the oceans. That's sweet. Very good. Okay, so we're going to do this for Phyllis. You want to know whether or not your ancestors have anything to, if they have any opinion or they can give you any guidance about this person who's tickling your fancy these days. This guy that you think is spiritual. Okay. You feel like they may have sent him to you? That's how a lot of people feel about the twin flame. That's how they should feel. You want to see if he's your twin flame or not. And what does he see in me? All right, let's see if we can find that out. So, let's see. For your ancestors, what do they think about this dude? All right, let's do the romance angels. What do they think about this relationship? You got no one tickling you, only in your travels. All right, Kitty, you being fresh. Oh, this is a brand new deck that I ordered, but it came like the cards are stuck to each other. You can feel that some of them are thicker than the others, and I just never bothered to send them back. For the mermaids. Let's see. Let's get mermaids. Early in the morning, it's going to be a long, fresh day. Is it summer there? Thanks, Victoria. Victoria is on the job. Yeah. Is it summer there in Australia? All right, let's see what we can get from the dolphins and mermaids. See what your family says about this connection that you have with this guy. Okay, this is for Phyllis. Let's put some more incense here. You just skipped over fall? You just skipped over into fall. Also, you had a short summer. Well, our winter will be over soon, March 21st. Yay. And then spring will have sprung. But it wasn't too bad even today, even though it was freezing last week. Today I was able to go outside with just a sweatshirt on. Huh. Okay, Phyllis. 3 cards just popped out for you. First one is self-employed. You're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. So, I don't know if you met this dude at work, but I think they're saying that they want you to stay independent. But there are opportunities at work or school for you to meet people. And I think they're saying that these opportunities that you may come across are going to be spiritual and magical. So I don't know. Okay. Yes, she says yes. Okay, so you must have met him during your business. Now it says, watch your thoughts. It's important to only think about what you desire, not what you fear. That was the question, and I didn't even say it. Think about what you want and not what you're afraid of. And allow yourself to receive. So I think that they are saying for you to go with the flow. Allow others to give you loving care without guilt or apologies. Now, you saw me just get this out the box. And these are the answers that your Egun sent just for you. Oh, and it says friendship. Make a date to go out and play with one or more of your friends. So go on a date. Accept a date if he offers one to you, or you plan one. You could even go on like double dating. I think maybe that's what they might be suggesting. Maybe you can have a double date so that you feel more comfortable if you don't mind other people knowing, you know. But I'm getting that, yeah. Okay, so that's your ancestors, and now we want to know what he thinks. And for that, we are going to get. I know what I'm looking for, and it is. I know. Whispers of Love. Yeah, here we go. Very good. So, oh, they do pulsing hearts on this computer, on the computer, the emojis. I can't see it. I can just see that it could be that. So, Phyllis, Priscilla Phyllis said thanks. Priscilla said that this was a nice reading. So let's do Whispers of Love, and this is by Wall. What's her name? Yeah, Josephine Wall and Angela Hartfield. Oh, that's the phone. Oh. Oh, it comes up like that on your computer. All right, very good. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. And this is going to be for Phyllis and for Phyllis's friend. How does he think? How does he feel about her? Yeah, okay, it says ask for help. So maybe he's been asking other people for advice too. Maybe he's been seeking advice from his friends, or maybe he knows somebody you know, maybe a father figure or older brother that to ask you to hook up, or maybe a coworker, someone else at the job, maybe a boss, somebody with influence. Or he could have been, you said he's spiritual, so he may have been praying about it. Maybe he has been praying for a soulmate and you come into his life. She says, oh, wow. Okay. What is it that you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. Okay, listen. Your Agun said, your ancestor said to let yourself receive, and he's saying ask for help. Ladies, advice from an old crone. As independent as we are, don't get your defenses up when a man asks you if you need help. We've talked before about how we have different languages. Men feel that they are valuable based on their job, how much they can provide, right? The decent ones want to make sure that they can come to the table with something. If a man asks you, do you need help? Don't get an attitude. Don't start flying off the handle singing, I am woman, hear me roar. Don't. It's not an insult. It's just where they start off. Now, I'm not talking about the idiot that says, well, what do you do? Or what do you do for a living? Not that, not that. Just, I had a situation. I went out on a date. Somebody I knew already, but this was the first date that we had years ago. And we had such a good time and we already liked each other. And this was our first date. And when he drove me to the door, he asked me if I needed help with anything. And I was like, no. And I didn't. But I should have said yes. Because he was Captain Save-A-Ho And that's what he needed. He needed somebody to say that they needed him. And he Phyllis is cracking up. But I'm saying, not that he wasn't that he was a bad guy, but what I'm saying is that he was a bad guy. But what I'm saying is that he wanted to be needed and he wanted to be able to provide something for someone. So he already knew I, had a good job and things like that. But I guess I should have been thinking more, yes, I do need help. I do need support. I do need a friend, right? And that may have made the difference. Captain Saber, oh yes. So you got what I'm saying, just don't be so quick to dismiss it, you know, and don't take it as an insult or like he thinks you can't take care of yourself and all that other stuff. Don't do that to yourself. All right. See, got another number one. Listen with your heart. Just what I was saying. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. So again, let yourself receive. If he asked you if you needed help, or if you need help, I think he's open to it. I think that could be also the message. All right. But listen with your heart. Now, he could be coming and asking you for some help also. But again, don't get up on your high horses. They just stopped me and made me say it like that because I guess I was getting ready to get back to Patty. And they said, listen with your heart and embrace your emotions. Don't push down or judge your feelings. So I think he likes you and he wants you not to put up any blocks against him. I think it's saying that he will support your dreams. You did say he was spiritual, so maybe he believes in unicorns too. And that's number 18, and 1 and 8 is 9, and 9 is a message from the ancestors, right? So go with your feelings, listen to your heart, ask your ancestors like you're doing now, ask them for help, and be open to it because he's open. He wants to get to know you, but he wants to listen to you. And he wants to see where this is going to go. You don't have to rush into anything. Like I said, you can go on double dates or chaperone dates if you feel that you need to do that. But this is an opportunity. Oh, the bottom of the deck. Miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. So I think this is saying to you that this is, however this turns out, you're going to be glad, I think, that you met this person. This person is going to bring some new lesson to your life, and I think it's going to be a powerful, positive one. And maybe him coming, you and him meeting is the miracle. Maybe this is a gift that maybe your ancestors are telling you or him that this is a gift. Because you said you felt that this was divine timing for you to meet him. And I think this is a confirmation that he feels the same way. Okay? I think that's what's happening. Because we're asking how he feels about you. He thinks that you're a gift. And he wants to be open and come towards you with an open heart, and he's hoping that you give him a chance. And he's been praying about it. He's manifested you into this. And he's manifested you into his life because he was looking for a soulmate. And now he thinks it's a miracle because then came you. Okay, so oh, don't cry, baby. That's just the message. Thank you. Make sure that you thank your ancestors. Thank you very much for that super chat. If anybody else is interested, then we will do that. If not, I'll let you all go. I wish I could hang out here, but oh, you're welcome so much, darling. I appreciate the opportunity to bring those messages to you. All right. Apparently, they wanted you to get it today because I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning on all the way to Brooklyn and back. And I said, you know what? Let's see what's up. And I need to be doing. Hey, Chena, the realist. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. I just was like, okay. 'Cause I was feeling it. I was feeling my own heaviness today. And I relaxed. This relaxes me, honestly. If I could do it from my, and not have to get up and do all the other stuff that goes along with it, if I could just shuffle cards and get the messages, I would do it all day, I think. I'm finding you. Thanks for joining us, Chana. Make sure that you give me a thumbs up so other people know that that we're here, just like everybody gave thumbs up, and that's how you know we were here, right? But I hope you like that answer. I think you did. You thanking me and all the hearts and all of that. That's a beautiful message. Beautiful message. So make sure that when we're done here, you thank your ego. Is that what you like? What I would love to do it full time if I could, Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Yes. Put those hands up. Yes. And surrender. And surrender. Yes. I would love to do this full time. Sure. But I'm retired. So my full time would be part time because I have put in my time. As a matter of fact, just because must be, I was going to wear this sweater, but I got so hot when I started turn on the camera, I had to take it off because I wanted to share this with you. Some of you may have seen the video that I uploaded yesterday or the day before. But New York City Department of Correction was served equally with the New York City firefighters and the police department and the construction workers down at Ground Zero after 9/11. There were correction officers who were first responders. We have an emergency services unit. For those of you who don't know, I retired from the Department of Corrections. And so finally on Wednesday, after all these years, we finally got the recognition that we deserved. And there is going to be a part of the museum that is dedicated to educating everyone about the work that the Department of Corrections did. And we were there. We remember. That's the logo. All right. We were there for the Twin Towers. Our families were affected, as were all New Yorkers, and we were there right alongside. But for whatever reason, we weren't given the recognition, and they have a new commissioner now. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. So finally, after all these years on Wednesday, I got a phone call last week, Friday, telling me, that they were having this ceremony and, inviting me to be there and ever. And I don't live in the city. I didn't when I was working there. And but I wanted to go to this. And so I'm so glad I did. And there's it was just so nice. And they just opened the museum up last year. And so now all of us who worked, at Ground Zero and corrections, they put us in charge of the morgue. So there were ESU officers who were down at Ground Zero, and we have cadaver dogs and things like that in our canine unit that we use every day, searching the inmates and things like that. And they were down there working also. And if you watched it, I videotaped the movie that has been, short documentary with four of the officers talking about their experiences down there. And after all this time, it's still very emotional. It was emotional for me even today talking about it. And it's something you'll never get over. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, so if you're interested, you know, um, you can see it. It says that the corrections is I can't even think right now. Okay, so and my girlfriend. I had a girlfriend who was a civilian, and she worked there. I think the name Cantor Fitzgerald, and I got to see this display. Each family, each person has a display that you can go to the kiosk and put their name in and their information and pictures of them and their family members talking about their memories of the person will come up. Oh, Victoria says, I'm from New York, so I definitely understand. Thank you so much for your services. That day was so scary. Oh, and this is the thing. It was scary for everybody, even the crooks. Let me tell you, they didn't know what the hell was going on, all right? And there was no crime for months. And there was also no snow for the entire 9 months that it took them to work down on the pile. That's what they called it, the pile. Because it happened in September. It didn't snow until the day that they said that they weren't searching any longer officially. And then it snowed like the heavens had been holding the snow long enough to give them a chance to try to find the people and give closure to their families. And if you don't believe in God and you don't believe in the mercy of the universe, after that, then you're just you just don't want to be you just don't want to believe because not not a snowflake. Nothing impeded the ability for them to search for those people who were lost. Something else, something else, something else, something else. And every time I talk about it, I cry. And my friend uh wasn't he didn't get the notice and he didn't show up. So I sent it to him. He was at his job because he's retired too, but he's, you know, got a second job and he's working. And he said he started to watch it and he couldn't anymore. It was too much. And that was 2001. And it is 2018, 2019. And we still. But there were lessons. But you can watch it and you can see the officers are still, the officer Fernandez, you'll see him. And he was there, and my friend, my buddy. But he's a short guy, he's little. So he was able to get down in little orifices, go down there and locate. And he talks about that too. Yeah. We can see it all without watching anything. Yeah, it was on. Anyway, give us a if you'd like to be supportive of the efforts and the sacrifices that were made by the New York City Department of Correction officers and uniform and civilian staff. Just check out that video and tell people about it. Hey, Lilo. Lilo says, Lelo 1111 says, hello, beautiful souls. Do us a favor and just tell people about it. And there was a guy from Paris there yesterday, too. He said he was 5 years old when it happened. And he remembered where he was. He said it was lunchtime and he was waiting for his mom to make lunch. And he said she just started crying and screaming. And he'll never forget that. But that museum is there. And there's still 110 people who haven't been identified. And within the museum itself is like a forensic unit. They were able to locate somebody 3 months ago through DNA testing. So they're still working right there inside. They have laboratory, doctors, forensics, whatever it is. You can't see it, but it's there. And they have the pool upstairs with all of the water that goes down, and there's a square inside of each of the pools because there are two pools, one for where each building was, and this water runs constantly. There's no end to where that water goes because of the 110 people that they still can't locate or put together, and that they weren't able to find anything about them. That somewhere in the abyss, and that water is constantly going to be there for the rest of however long the earth remains to recognize them. And around each of the pools are the names of those who were lost. Almost 3,000 people. And there are 4 people that they think may have been undocumented workers, and there's nothing to find because the people that they worked for may have also been killed. There was a restaurant called Windows on the World on the very top of one of the World Trade Center towers. And lots of people would go there for special celebrations and retirements and anniversaries and engagements and stuff. We even had bought one of the captains a gift certificate for like $400 to go and have dinner there, and he never made the reservation, so he still has the ticket. It's a souvenir, you know. But that was like a thing, like, oh, we're getting tickets to Windows on the World. And you could see, it was a restaurant at the very top of the building, and you could see everything. So there are 4 people still that they can't figure out who they are. And it could be because they were undocumented, and maybe they were all related to one another. But whatever it is, there's no records of who they are. But the other 109, I guess now, people, or 110 people, they're working diligently, still trying to put them together with their families and give them closure. But it is beautiful, very educational. And like I said, you'll see it. And those of you who follow me on Facebook, I have my my blog page is called Our Stories Continue, and I have still pictures that I took on Wednesday, and they're there. So if you want to see them, maybe I'll make a video and upload it. Um, oh, and I'm so glad I got to be there the other day. It's been emotional for me since then, but it was an experience, and my friend is my twin flame. So regardless of whatever happens, that's something nobody can take from us, no matter what happens between he and I, ever. We'll always have that experience, that shared experience. So I guess that was the reason why at this critical time, the department decided to recognize, make sure that we got recognized. And so we'll always have that, huh? The tower. It figures. That's what we have, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, you just found my Facebook page. Oh, okay. Yeah, so go there and you can check out the pictures. And like I said, let it be known, tell folks about the equal work the entire time. You know, they couldn't get any cars into Manhattan or anything like that, and they had to bring supplies. And they used harbor unit, special operations division harbor unit, to transport people back and forth to the ferries or to different parts of New York, you know, and bring food and supplies and equipment back and forth. Rikers Island, which is the main place that the Department of Corrections has that everybody knows about, right? It's its own city in itself. It's, you know, self-contained. Anything that you need to make a town or a city can be found there. Barbershops, bakeries, horticulture. It's self-sustaining. So they utilize that. They utilize the services of the officers and the civilians and even the inmates to bring food and supplies. And as I said, we worked at the morgue, so we had to get the bodies off of the. They had them in trucks in black bags, and we had to help deliver them to the. They had like a mesh set up outside of Bellevue Hospital in Manhattan, and we had to make sure that the medics, the doctors, were able to get those remains and start to do the work of identifying them. So we worked down there. When I got there, I went there on the Tuesday afterwards. That night after I got off of work, I worked at 3 to 11, and this was all voluntary. We ended up getting paid years later, but we didn't go down there thinking we were getting paid. We went down there because we needed the help, you know, just something that you wanted to do. And there were bags of remains that were there that needed to be, you know, moved from the truck to the doctors and the medics. And so that's what they had us doing. So we had to, some officers stayed up in the truck and pulled the bags as close as they could to the end. And then others of us would have the gurney, and it would take 2 or 3 of us to bring the bag out of the truck onto the gurney. And then we'd have to wheel it over to the medic and then there. But those trucks weren't refrigerated, and it had already been a week. No, it's not what you sign up for to be, you know, when you're working in the jail or as an inmate, but everybody, inmates, everybody. We were we were all New Yorkers, and we were all hurt, and we were all hurting, and we were all scared. And it was some serious work. And there wasn't, you know, we didn't have proper equipment and things. That's why a lot of people who work down at the pile have experienced different illnesses, and, you know, could be the MS could have come from that. You know, that could have attributed to it. But they want us to register and take care of our health, let them know what's happening, but they want to make sure that we get recognition, as we should. But, you know, there are reasons for these things, and it's a shared experience. So if you're ever in New York, you have the opportunity to see the 9/11 Museum is separate from the Freedom Tower. So it's an actual museum, and it's at some point you will be underneath the pools. You you won't see it, but you'll see that you're underneath it. And then they have one wall. The mm, thumbnail for the video is a picture of this wall, and it has 3,000 squares. In each one of them, the artist made sure that each one of those squares were a different shade of blue for each individual life that was lost. It's beautiful. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that I'm able to share it, and I'm glad that you all are receptive of it. And please make sure when you hear them talking about it, as time goes on, because there are kids now who are 13 years old that never saw the Twin Towers, weren't around for 9/11. And so it's our job to take that message. Just like Mary Magdalene, she had her job to be the apostle to the apostles. So thanks so much, everybody. And I'm going to get out of here now so it'll upload. You keep seeing 1119. It's not a time, it's a date. Okay. All right. So it was supposed to be that you saw this. So I guess this is a confirmation for you also for something else. A message from spirit. Ask your spirit what it is they're trying to tell you. All right. Thanks everybody so much for joining me. Thank you for the super chats. Okay. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification button so you'll know whenever I decide to do these things. Oh, I'm going to sleep well. Yes. Thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you, Katrilla. Thank you, Kitty's Craft Australia. And I feel like romper room when I do this, right? I call everybody's name. Phyllis, Glenn, and Katrilla, and my first guest, Linda. Yes. All right. Nobody else? We're good. We got everybody. Joan? Okay, very good. Thanks for coming by, Joan. And Chatter. Okay. And Vicky Doll. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Thanks again. Don't forget to like and share that video. All right. And I'll see you all real soon. All right. Ashe. Namaste. Peace. Mm-hmm.